I'm Sir Jaxie. We're gonna start that over again, folks. That was a little pathetic. Okay. A gruesome murder interrupts an evening party at a secluded mansion, and you are the prime suspect. Explore the mansion, search for clues, and interrogate the other guests as you strive to unmask the killer in this open-ended mystery. Hello, 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 and welcome to a special live edition of Thrilo. I'm Sir Jaxie, and tonight we are playing MMM Murder Most Misfortunate. It's a game that just came out on May 1st of 2017. It is tagged as being an adventure, indie, casual, visual novel mystery. That's right. It is developed by and published by Foolish Mortal Games and currently has a positive rating with only 10 reviews, and that is as of the 31st of May. Now, this game I did get as a review copy on Keymailer, so I do appreciate the devs sending me a copy. Let's take a quick look at... Oh, there is no settings. That's interesting. It did have an external launcher that had me gave me the option to do a little bit of settings, but anyway. Okay, so let's just jump right into a new story. Real-time mystery. When enabled, you will have to solve the mystery within a limited time period. A clock will appear in the top right corner during sections where this time limit is counting down. This option is included for those who like tension. What? Oh, thank you. Sorry about that, folks. Okay. Oops, damn it. Okay, so should we do real-time mystery? Real-time mystery going once. Yes! Alright, we have a yes for the real-time mystery, so we'll start a new story. I'm not sure if this is going to be point and click or exactly how it's going to work. Left click on this taskbar or press spacebar to proceed. Click on the right to have the game proceed automatically? Why would I want to have the game proceed automatically? Okay, anyway. Press escape to access volume and text speed settings. Ah, here's our settings. Okay, so sound, master volume. Voice volume will have all the way up. Music kind of seems okay. Let me turn up the desktop. There we go. I had the desktop turned down on the stream, so we'll turn that up a little bit more. Text speed. We'll turn that down a little. I don't know, if it seems too slow, we'll turn it up again. Font and language. Okay. Save game. Resume. Use the scroll wheel when hovering over this text box to see what was previously said. Oh, okay. Well, that's nice. It pops up so you can see what's going on.
My dear Misfortunate, I hope this letter finds you well. I did so enjoy our little discussion of the work of Guy de Mauvaisier the last time we met.
Oh, I gotta click to move
I
on.
would like to cordially invite you to an intimate gathering of mine on the evening of the 27th. We will be celebrating my recent acquisition of a rather unique historical property, and I think you are just the one to properly appreciate it. I look forward to your RSVP in the affirmative. Most sincerely yours, Prince Titanico.
And Tanico, well, there's an interesting name. And a prince at that.
It was at an art auction, I think, that I first met Prince Titanico. He seemed to think the world of himself. I, quite frankly, thought him a bit of a bore. But if I only accepted social invitations from people I thoroughly approved, I wouldn't dine out very often.
Is it me or is their voices hard to hear? And that's like turned up all the way.
I stepped onto the curb from my limo and laid eyes on the place for the first time. Gothic gargoyles loomed ominously over the old house, and creeping vines wound their way up its walls, as though trying to strangle it. The prince had been right. It really was to my taste.
Good evening, ma'am. May I have your name?
Ugh, this hulking thug, on the other hand, not so much. Fortunate. Misfortune.
Is the miss a first name or a title, ma'am?
Oh, I like to leave that to the imagination. Now, you must be the butler, so why don't you buttle on and show me inside? The evening is a bit damp, I dare say.
No, ma'am. I'm not a butler. Just a valet.
Let me turn my exterior volume up and see if that's any better.
My name is Klops.
Oh my, what a terrible shame. Well, butler, or valet, you do open doors, don't you?
Yes, ma'am. Right this way.
Is that better on the volume?
From the cobwebs in the corners and the dust on the railings, it was obvious that the house had been abandoned for some time. Some high society guests might have been insulted to be invited to a venue in such ill repair, but it didn't bother me. I realized that the house had been preserved as it was, for the effect.
Misfortune has arrived.
Ah, Misfortune. Good evening. There are refreshments on the side table. Please do help yourself.
Why, thank you. So, are you the butler? Or are you going to tell me you're just, I don't know, the concierge?
Butler? No. I'm not a servant. I am a close friend and trusted advisor to our dear prince. The Grand Magus of his court, if you will. My name is Horatio.
Charmed, I'm sure.
My dear Misfortune, how are you, darling? It's so good to see you again.
Contessa de Clecitra. Yes, it's been just ages, hasn't it? I should have known you to be here. You're never one to miss an event on the social circuit.
I dare say I needed something to cheer me up after my late husband's funeral, and an evening like this is just the thing.
Okay, let's find out about her husband.
Of course. I was so sorry to hear about your husband. This is your 4th time a widow, if I'm not mistaken.
My god, look at that pose. What the heck? She thinks she's Madonna?
Quite so. And for you, I believe?
Vogue.
Ah, yes. They just keep dropping dead, the poor dears. It's so hard to find a good man with stamina these days.
Oh, man.
Oh my, should I be worried? Perhaps you've been cursed.
Yes, she's a Black Widow.
Me? Cursed? Nonsense. I seem to be doing just fine. But maybe I am bad luck.
Yeah, let's find out about the last time we met.
Let me see. What exactly was it that we last saw each other?
Heavens, yes! Wasn't that quite the affair? Were you there when one of the waiters spilled a tray of champagne all over Duchess Reese's dress?
Oh, yes. That was positively scrumptious, wasn't it? I mean, a shame about the dress, of course. I heard she had it made just for the ball. Such a pity.
Well, given how many people come out nowadays, it was bound to happen to someone. I even heard the poor servant say he was sure he felt someone in the crowd give him a little shove. Can you imagine?
Surely not. These are high lords and ladies we're talking about. No doubt the man is just making excuses for his clumsiness.
You're probably right. Just an unlucky accident, I'm sure.
Did you ask Max to put the Pepsi in the freezer for me?
Ah, Misfortune, welcome. I'm so delighted that you could come. I trust Horatio has been keeping you entertained.
Oh, yes. La Comtesse and I were just scandalizing your court jester. Or was he a wizard? In any case, scandalizing him with our intimate marriage details.
Gee, thanks. Now that I actually need a glass of Pepsi.
Of course you were. So tell me, what do you think of the house? I must admit, when I first came into this little period piece, I immediately thought of you.
It seems melancholy, mysterious, and maybe just a little macabre. So yes, I quite like it so far.
Excellent. I'm glad to hear it. I will take you on a more detailed tour shortly, but we are still waiting for more guests to arrive. And what timing! Here they are now.
The hell is that? Like Joker?
Miss Charisse and Miss Leah have arrived, sir.
Okay.
Is that the Charisse? The industrial heiress? The one who's been throwing all those charity balls ever since she came into her fortune?
The very same!
My beautiful Charisse, please come in. Without you, this place is dark and drab, but your radiance rekindles it anew.
You're too kind.
Oh my! I had heard she was seeing someone, but I never imagined it was him.
Indeed. This party just got a little more interesting.
And this must be Leah, the girlhood friend of whom you speak so very highly.
Yeah, nice place you got here. If you like entertaining dead people.
Dead people? Yeah, I assure you, fair lady, you are perfectly safe here.
I think it was a critique of the decor, not of our safety.
Leah doesn't mean it. It's a lovely house. Really.
On the contrary, Miss Leah may be more right than she knows. Until recently, this mansion was the property of the Lee family. Perhaps you know of them.
Oh yes, who doesn't? a distinguished family of the nobility with a respected pedigree and a long history of public service and political influence.
So, short version, some stuffy old rich people.
Almost all of the estates out here, away from the city, were owned by old families. But many have had to sell over the years. It must be a bit sad for them, leaving all that history behind.
Indeed, and especially so for the Lees. Theirs is a tale of tragedy, and it ends, as they so often do, in sorrow and blood.
Okay.
Oh,
Cue the thunder.
Come, the house itself will tell its share of the tale.
It's interesting, he only invited chicks. I mean, lady folk.
This is the smoking room. Did the Lee family use this as a quiet place to relax after their evening meals, I wonder? Or was this the proverbial smoke-filled room where secret deals would be struck and the fates of nations decided?
My attention was drawn to a curio cabinet on one side of the room. This cabinet,
Oops.
are these items originals?
Hit the button too quick.
I believe so. I have endeavored to change as little as possible about the house since acquiring it. The Lees were well known as eclectic collectors.
They also say that sorcery ran strongly in the Lee family, you know.
Oh, that would explain his get-up then.
Great. As if we didn't have enough reason to think this place was owned by a bunch of creepers.
Yeah, total Dracula, Count Dracula pose. Yeah, that could be too. That's why I said the Joker pose, you know. But yeah, I could see Count Dracula too.
Come now. Surely a smart little girl like you doesn't put any stock in old superstitions.
Magic and superstitions, no. Weird and creepy people, on the other hand, are plenty real.
No need to worry, young lady. You're among good company here.
We will have time to look around in greater detail later, I assure you. For the moment, follow me, if you would.
If you would. King bedroom. I thought he was only a prince.
They called this the king bedroom, home to the master of the house. Now, it is as you see it, empty and forlorn, as it waits for a new master to take the place of the old.
It feels so cold.
Translation? Please don't make me sleep here. Not tonight.
Milady, I can call for Klops to bring you a sweater.
And while he's at it, perhaps also a textbook on metaphorical versus literal language.
You are so kind, but I'm fine. It's just the atmosphere of this place.
Man, she is like way too melancholy.
The Lees were among our most powerful families before the Imperial Revolution. But like most of the old guard at the time, they chose the losing side. In many ways, the family never recovered.
they certainly never recovered financially at the very least. Thus the sale of this very house.
It's almost as if old money runs out if you're not smart with it. Who'd have thought?
Quite so. But at least the house has gone to those who can appreciate its history.
Queen bedroom. Man, that bed looks like our
This is the
couch.
Queen's bedroom, and it has a fascinating story. It is said that the famous senator Lamika Lee herself met her end in this very room during the final days of the revolution.
Yeah, I remember learning about that. She was one of the staunchest supporters of the Old Republic.
And she was killed here? In her own bedroom? That's so terrible.
What is with her face? The Old Republic, huh? This must be a Star Wars game.
By all accounts, she did not go down without a fight. Revolutionary soldiers had stormed the grounds, but none who came in here survived.
They even say that she sustained herself for days on the blood of the soldiers who kept coming for her.
Well, points for ingenuity. I'll grant her that.
But that was all a long time ago. There wouldn't still be any blood left here now, or anything.
Watch, what do you bet? She turns out to be the super bad guy in the game.
Really? With all the red, it's rather difficult to say, isn't it? Who knows how much of it might have soaked into the floor, the walls, the bed.
You are right, my darling Charisse. It is all long past. A good tale for a night of ghost stories, perhaps. But thankfully, these are happier times.
Onward. Dining hall.
And here we have the dining hall. I see that Klops has left some tea and coffee on the table for us.
And orange juice too, I hope. I'm running rather low. All this dry air, you know?
I'll see to it, sir.
For me, just a spot of black coffee would be wonderful.
This concludes our formal tour of the estate, but our evening is far from over. Tonight, my friends, is more than just a housewarming party.
Oh.
Before the night is done, I have a very special announcement to make to you all.
Cue the thunder and the shrieking Charisse.
Don't worry, my dear. You are safe with me.
Thank you. I was just a bit startled.
Oh, heavens, yes! The light's going out! What horror! I dare say I may faint myself, delicate flower that I am.
Oh my.
Flower? A noxious weed, perhaps?
Oh, okay, let's see. Shy blue. Wow, 2 whole bedrooms and a dining room. Yeah, I know. I mean, where are the bathrooms and all that stuff? Crap. Go away, you annoying... damn it. Okay.
Oh, please, Misfortune, allow me. I've got you now.
Oh, what would we do without you? On second thought, you can enhand me. I seem to be quite all right.
Let's see. Not just that, it's supposed to be an estate. Yeah, I know. So the outbuildings and a kitchen would be nice, and what else? Oh, you know, formal meeting room or greeting room or whatever the hell they called their living rooms.
Good. Because there's nothing to be worried about. It's just a little blackout.
Would you be so good as to check the breaker then, my dear Horatio?
Yes, of course. My talents will shed some light on all of us in no time.
I absolutely adore these old homes, but they do so often have problems with the wiring, don't they?
Foyer, sitting room, sunroom, etc., etc. Yes, I agree, Shy Blue. All of those were missing.
Excuse me, boss. Sir, there's a telephone call for you.
And, of course, how could Mr. Mustard have done it with the lead pipe in the conservatory if we have no conservatory?
A call for me? Here? How mysterious. You must excuse me, my dear guests. Klops will fetch some candles for you so you can look around while Horatio works his magic on the lighting. I will return very shortly.
Of course, you're missing the moon room.
I wandered back to the king bedroom by myself to take a closer look at some of the decor.
Oh, I'm supposed to be looking at the decor? There we go, the bed.
The elaborate carvings on the wooden bedpost intrigued me. Spirits and demons of all sorts circled and surrounded any lord who might sleep in this bed.
I'm not seeing any other decor to click on.
Was this preferable, I wondered, than sleeping in the arms of Lamika Lee, blood drinker as she was rumored to be?
Oh, maybe that's because I had to click through the talking. Oh, we could side scroll, okay. Oh.
I'd hoped that by taking a closer look at the ruined portrait, I might be able to discern who had been pictured. I could imagine no shortage of delicious reasons why a lord's portrait might be disfigured in a house such as this. Shredded by a bitter servant when the master was thought absent, savaged by an angry child who never quite lived up to expectations. Alas, the portrait seemed more a victim of old age than of some crime of passion, and of the face, I could make out nothing at all. Looks like our court magician has managed to conjure back a little light for us after all.
Well, there's a door. Oops, what's this?
For
A
just
red
the slightest
chair.
of moments, I considered collapsing into the antique red chair in the room's corner. After all, we'd spent the evening on our feet, traipsing about the house for the prince's little ghost tour. Then I remembered that spiderwebs don't just come out of nowhere, and that upholstery is a prime place for the little nasties to hide. I would have to remember to warn our doe-eyed little angel about that as well. You know, in addition to the possible bloodstains and all.
Well, next time around, actually, I'm gonna try.
For just the slightest of moments,
Nope.
nope. Collapsing into the. Then I
Nope,
remembered
that's fast
that
forward. I was
spiderwebs don't
hoping
just
it
come
might
out
be
of nowhere,
auto read.
and that upholstery is a prime place for the little nasties to hide. I would have to remember to warn our doe-eyed little angel about that as well. You know, in addition to the possible bloodstains and all. For just the slightest of moments, I considered collapsing into the antique red chair in the room's corner. After all, we'd spent the evening on our feet, traipsing about the house for the prince's little ghost tour.
I was
Then
hoping
I
that
remembered
this might be
that
auto
spiderwebs
read.
don't just come out of nowhere, and that upholstery is a prime place for the little nasties to hide. I would have to remember to warn our doe-eyed little angel about that as well. You know, in addition to the possible bloodstains and all.
I don't know. It'd be nice if there was an auto read so I didn't have to keep pushing to go through all this. Okay, a
Just
chest.
what kind of skeletons did the Lee family have locked away inside that conspicuous old chest? I must confess, I have a terrible weakness for things that are locked up to keep me out of them. Alas, it's my brother Sir Price who's rather handy with the lockpicks, not me.
Okay. So she's not handy with the lockpicks, and now we're back to the bed. Oh no, drapes.
The air in the old house was still and thick with dust. But even had there been a draft, I doubt the black drapes by the room's window would have stirred.
I know there
I
was...
surprised by how thick and heavy the material was. No sunlight would have pierced its way into this room against its occupant's wishes. That much was certain.
Let's see, shy blue. I know there was
At last I
something
found
that
you,
was auto
Misfortune.
read.
You
Yeah.
need to come right away. Please.
Whatever is the matter? You look like you've seen a ghost with that one eye of yours.
There's no time to waste, miss. You should see for yourself.
Okay, so that is auto-read. I wonder why it wasn't working quite right before.
Gathering my skirts, I hurried after the hulking butler, valet, back to the hall where we had first arrived. From the urgency in his pace and in his voice, I knew that something had happened. But still...
The prince! He's dead!
It was our host, Prince Titanico. He was dead. That alone wouldn't scare me. I was no stranger to dead bodies.
He's dead! Oh no! What should we do? Wait, I know. Strike a pose. Vogue, vogue. Sorry, couldn't help it.
But from the way he was lying, it was clear that his death was no accident. He'd been murdered. And that meant that someone in the mansion was the murderer.
Hey, loading, loading, loading. Keep that loading screen loading. Wow, 8%? Damn, this thing has long load times. A mousy little squeaky toy. The blonde.
I found the rest of the ladies. Now, Klumps, what is this all about?
Is that a body? Here! Oh, how positively horrid!
Everyone, shield your eyes! This is not a sight for fair sensibilities.
The other guests stood in the doorway opposite myself and Klops. My eyes fell on our oh-so-sensitive ingenue, Charisse. If ever there was a time to faint for real, this was it. But she didn't. She just stared into the room, her eyes wide, glassy, and unblinking.
Somebody needs to call the police!
Yes, ma'am. Right away.
It'll take them a while. We're ways out of the city.
We shouldn't touch anything. Let's all go back to the dining room and wait for the police to arrive.
No.
What?
We can't just sit and wait. We need to investigate. We need to see the truth with our own eyes.
I'm with you on that, Sherry.
Well, if our precocious little darlings are going to be poking about, I'm certainly not going to be left out.
Let's see. Shy Blue. The women all look like they were drawn by different artists. They actually may well have been. I don't know. Hey, look! My countdown clock has started. Wow. 1 hour, 12 minutes? That's an awful long time. We will not be finishing this, obviously, then.
If you insist, then.
My dears, please do be very careful.
We won't disturb anything, Comtessa. I promise.
That is not what I meant. It could be that whoever did this has not gone far.
Oh. Surely it was just some villain who has since fled the scene.
I'll keep an eye out, sir. Just nobody wander far, you understand?
Perhaps it would have been more comforting to believe the culprit was some stranger, a shadow in the night that was now long gone. But it just wouldn't have fit the evening's theme, now would it? I had a hunch that there was something more afoot in the old manor that night, and I certainly wasn't going to trust anyone else to properly figure it out.
The police will arrive when the timer at the top of the screen reaches 0. Dining hall.
No, what a tragedy. What a cruel twist of fate. And to think, tonight was meant to be an evening of joy and making merry.
I wonder who he wanted to make merry with.
Exactly sure that joy is the word I'd pick for an evening in this house. But I'll admit, I was never expecting anything like this.
It was such a monstrous sight. Do you think Miss Leah and Miss Charisse will be all right?
All right. They looked healthy enough to me.
No, I mean, do you think they'll be distraught? You, if you don't mind me saying, are a woman of the world, Misfortune. But they are so young, so pure, like a newly bloomed flower that has only seen sunlight, never knowing that there is also night and all the horrors that it hides.
Yeah.
A rose, by any other name, can still prick you quite nastily if you don't know what you're doing.
I beg your pardon?
Never mind, my dear Horatio.
Okay, so where were you?
Where were you when this absolutely dreadful business happened?
I imagine I must have still been in the basement, or very close to it. I'd only just got the lights back on, and I was coming up the stairwell when Klops found me.
Was he the one to discover the body then?
I believe so. He asked me to help find all the guests, which leads me to cleverly deduce that I was the first one he encountered after the gruesome discovery.
Clever indeed. Nothing gets past you, does it, dear?
Ahem. Well, I wouldn't go that far. But where were you, Misfortune?
I was in the king bedroom.
Alone?
As it happens, yes. I've always been the sort to need a little bit of me time every so often, you know.
But you could have been in danger!
Oh, horrors, you're right. If only I was clairvoyant, I might even have been worried at the time, too.
Well, never fear. You're safe with me now.
Yes, I'm sure I am.
Okay, I think we're actually going to stop here because I don't want any spoilers for the 3 Low episode. However, I may take and do a murder mystery night here on the what the hell is this? Yes, this is Twitch and Twitter. Jeez, I'm gonna get all confused. I may do a future episode of Murder So Mysterious or whatever on Twitch where we take and have a murder party, and I'll take and wait for people to help interact and see if we all can't solve the crime. But on the 3 Low episodes, on something like this, I really don't want to spoil it, and I think if I go too much further, we will. I think you pretty much can see what style the game's gonna be in and how it's gonna run, so you can make up your mind if you like it or not. Me, on the other hand, this is a real surprise for me, and it is one that I requested on Keymailer for the key. And I'm glad I got it, because this game, I think it's really interesting. I like the storyline, and the graphics, well, they're okay. You know, I don't expect much in the way of graphics on something like this, but they're not bad. The poses they put these guys and gals in, you know, that one I'm a little baffled by, but beyond that. So, yeah. Whoa, I just whacked my mic. Sorry about that, it probably sounded really bad. So, we're going to stop here. And I appreciate you watching. If you're watching on the YouTubes, be sure to hit a like if you liked it. And let me know, is this something you'd be interested in? If it is, like I said, let me know down in the comments if you'd be up to doing a murder mystery party here on Twitch live with me. I live stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. Pacific time. It would be midnight to 4 a.m. Eastern time. Probably going to be extending that out and trying to stream at least 5 days a week. I just don't know where I'm going to add 2 more nights in. Or I may start taking actually streaming for more than 4 hours. I may see if I can't do 8-hour streams or something. But for now, the definite nights are Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 to 1. 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. So, other than that, before I start babbling, Shy Blue says, I'm surprised I could actually get into this game. Yeah, I know. It's really cool. Maybe we could put you on headphones when we do the murder mystery night. Actually, heck, I could set up a Discord channel on my Discord server, and we could actually put whoever wanted to come into the chat on the Discord, and we could actually tie that right into the game here on Twitch and, yeah, have a real murder mystery party. That would be pretty cool. Anyway, before I start babbling, I'm going to take and end the video here by saying, I'm Sir Jaxie, and this has been MMM. Murder Most Miss something or other. Shit, I don't even remember what now. I'm Sir Jaxie, and this has been Murder Most Misfortunate.